What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC Fight Night, I believe it's 83 recap video happened last night. It was a good event. I hope you saw it. First up, I got 4 out of 5 picks, so it was a good night for me. There was 6 fights on the main card, and I did do 6 predictions, but John Lineker did not fight Cody Garbrandt due to, I believe, an illness. Someone let me know if it was an illness or an injury, so that prediction is null and void. First up, I got this pick. I chose James Krause to beat Shane Campbell. He did. I thought this would be a good fight, and it was. James came out swinging. He basically was all over Shane in that first round to the point where Shane could do nothing but defend himself. He took him down, had him up against the fence. Shane was basically saved by the bell from a rear naked choke that was all the way sunk in by the end of the first round. Second round, more of the same. Third round, Shane actually was quicker to the punch. He was first to the punch. Plus, James slowed down a bit. Shane was able to take him down and land some serious ground and pound, but it was kind of too little too late. 28-29 in all the judges' eyes in favor of James Krause. I agree. Let me know who you think James should fight next. Next up, I did not get this pick. I took a risk. I chose old man Joe Riggs to beat Chris Camozzi, and that did not happen. In fact, he lost like in the first minute or so. Chris came out swinging, connected with a straight shot, possibly a jab. It stunned Joe Riggs, knocked him back a step or two, and then he grabbed Joe's head and landed about 15, 16, 20 unblocked knees. At first Joe was blocking them, but the knees were so hard, I believe he actually broke Joe Riggs' forearm. Someone let me know if there's a fracture or a broken forearm there. Either way, eventually those knees got through the block, knocked him silly to the ground. Ref stopped the fight. Good stoppage. Good win for Chris Camozzi. Who would you like to see him fight next? Next up, I got this pick. I chose Dennis Bermudez to beat Tatsuya Kawajiri, and he did. Now, if you saw my prediction video, you know I actually really like Dennis Bermudez. I think he has all the physical gifts you could want. His problem is here. He needs to think differently in fight, more creatively, read his opponents better. And we saw a little bit of that here. It was frustrating. First round went to Tatsuya. Dennis immediately went for a takedown up against the fence. Tatsuya reversed the situation, got him on the ground. He wasn't able to really do any damage because Dennis is a really good wrestler, so he was able to get up. Tatsuya had him up against the fence, though. He held position, and he got that first round, in my opinion. Second round, Dennis pretty much did the same thing, and I was frustrated. However, the cookie kind of crumbled more in his direction. He was able to get that takedown, although Tatsuya still reversed the situation and had the dominant position against the fence. However, it was Dennis who was able to brace himself up against the cage with one arm, and with the other arm rain down devastating bombs. He can generate quite a bit of power. He's got the most knockouts in the featherweight division. Like I said, he's super strong and fast. So he also landed some serious elbows that you heard. So even though Tatsuya had the dominant position against the cage, Dennis won that round. Third round, more of the same, and Tatsuya was noticeably slowed down. Dennis has great cardio, so he was easily able to win that third round. I agree with the decision, unanimous in favor of Dennis. Again, he said he was playing it safe because of the Lamas fight where he got caught with a really hard shot, and Ricardo ended up winning that fight. He also called him out, saying he'd like to get that fight back, but we'll see. Again, he needs to think differently. He needs to fight better in fight in order to beat the upper echelon of the 145 division. That's just how it is. Next up, I forgot his name. I chose John Lineker to beat Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt ended up fighting Augusto Mendez. He beat him in the first round. He ended up connecting with a hell of a punch about a minute into it, which dropped, which I apologize for all the cars rolling by, which dropped Mendez. And he actually thought the fight was over. He put his hands up, was starting to go to the crowd. The ref looked over and was like, no, he's not done yet. So Cody had to come back over, finish the job. Ref stopped the fight. Winner Cody Garbrandt. He called out John Lineker. And yes, I would like to see that fight happen. Who would you like to see Cody Garbrandt fight next? Next up, co-main event. I got this pick as well. I chose Derek Brunson to beat Rowan Carneiro, and he did in the first round. They were going back and forth, feeling each other out, trading shots. Derek came out really aggressive, which he usually does. He's gotten better with that. He's a Greg Jackson fighter, real tough, real durable, has lots of cardio. He connected with a nice shot, knocked Rowan up against the cage, down to the ground, got on top, eventually got top full mount and started raining down shots. I think that Rowan thought that he would tire himself out. You were wrong, Rowan. Derek has great cardio. So He just kept going. We literally stopped counting at about 27 shots. He just kept going. At first, they were kind of going off the shoulder and the guard, but then the shots started going through the guard, and then he landed a big punch that stopped Rowan. Poof. And the ref saw enough. It was over. Good win for Derek Brunson. Who would you like to see him fight next? Now, main event, Cowboy versus Cowboy. I got this pick. I chose Donald Cowboy Cerrone to beat Alex Cowboy Oliveira, and he did in the first round. Now, this was very interesting, and I figured it would be. They both have similar styles, both Muay Thai practitioners first, and then, of course, Cerrone has that great ground game. Alex, not so much. Alex has actually only been in the UFC for about a year. I thought it was longer because he's so charismatic. He's made a splash. I like him. He came out dancing to his music, had to stop with the music break while he was getting checked by the refs and stuff, and then he winded it down. I like Alex Oliveira. He's very charismatic. Now, they came out trading shots, and it was actually kind of a stalemate. There was even a couple times where they kind of went for the same thing, same kick, same movement, same punch, same side. So I think Donald was like, you know what? Let me beat him where I know I'm better at, which is on the ground. He got him down to the ground, got the full mount, walked up his body. Thought he would ground and pound. Got the full mount, walked up his body, got the triangle from the top, flipped it over, and by the time he flipped it over, he had him in the full triangle, sunk in deep. Tap, tap. Winner, Donald Cerrone. Good win for him. Like I said, Alex, you took this fight on short notice. Now you've seen some of your weaknesses because he's actually naturally a 155er as well. They both fought at 170 because of the short notice, and Donald actually had quite a few opponents quit on him before he got Cowboy Oliveira. So work on your game, Alex. I think you're already a fan favorite. Good win for Donald Cerrone. I'd like to see him back in the title picture soon. Let me know how you did on all of your picks. Let me know any injury updates and those questions, like I said, about Joe Riggs, John Lineker. Let me know any updates. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I will have 15-second predictions and recap videos. Subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.